Wouldn't it be great if the world didn't have words like hate, discrimination, homophobia, bullying? The truth is, these words exist, even here in America, in Memphis, Tennessee. Unfortunately, these words still exist. Even though LGBTQ people make up only 5 to 10% of the general population, LGBTQ youth account for nearly 40% of youth on the street. Family rejection is the leading cause of LGBTQ youth homelessness.
Hello, my name is Artavius Beasy, and before MGLCC, I was a young black gay male who was just lost and confused on where I fit in today's society. After I came out, November 11, 2008, my life took a turn for the worst. From getting kicked out of my mother's house, my family members turning their backs against me, most of them, not all of them. My high school friends who I grew up with, all of them just stopped associating with me, except like one. I went through 2 suicide attempts. And of course, the name calling, the pointing of the fingers, and the bullying, all of that, it was just horrible. Until one day, my aunt, one of my favorite aunts, we was talking about my life and what exactly did I want to do. So she mentioned the community center off Cooper. I knew exactly what she was talking about, but I never went inside. So one day, me and my aunt, we came inside and Will had gave us a tour. And after the tour, it was just amazing how much knowledge that one facility could have. So I was very appreciative and very excited to be a part of this facility or community. Now, after MGLCC, I've grown to finally be able to say that I'm found. MGLCC had gave me the knowledge and a voice to speak proudly about the LGBTQ community. MGLCC is a place where I can go, a place where the confusion stops, and a place where I can be found.
Transgender people face well-documented and unconscionable levels of bias-motivated violence. This is especially true of young, low-income transgender women of color. The stigma associated with being transgender requires transgender people to maintain constant vigilance against sudden, brutal violence. For years, transgender people have been murdered on an average of more than 1 person per month. Many more have been assaulted.
As early as I can remember, I've had these feelings. First time I reached out for help to do it. I made my first attempt when I was 30 and went to a psychiatrist who convinced me that I was not transsexual. I'm Jillian Klee, and I am a male to female transsexual. I've been in transition since 2010. I'm 67 years old. Well, I think the most prejudiced thing that ever happened to me was that psychiatrist who said that all transsexuals are just gay men who can't face being gay because of their religious beliefs. And that was not me. One thing professionals need to understand is that untreated transsexuals have a 13% suicide rate. When I was 13, I had a real bad year. When I was 30 is when I began to have definite thoughts of suicide. I think if I had had MGLCC at that time, it would have definitely helped. 3 years ago in 2010, I came to my first meeting of perpetual transition, and the support of this group and the center, significant help on the way to living full-time as a woman. I think the word is confidence. I needed acceptance by other people of my choice, and well, it's just a very accepting group, and it's a safe place. The center is a safe place, and PT is a part of the Memphis Gay and Lesbian Community Center, and it's a really good organization. My name is Jillian Marie Clee. I identify as a male to female transsexual. Before I came to MGLCC, I felt insecure. Now I feel confident.
According to a 2009 study, gay youth who reported higher levels of family rejection in adolescence were 8.4 times more likely to have an attempted suicide than their gay peers who did not experience family rejection.
I'm Chris, and I'm a bisexual male. For me, I grew up in a very religious environment that taught that being gay was not acceptable, that it was a sin. So I grew up with a lot of self-hatred, got wrapped up into a lot of drugs, a lot of drinking all the time. I mean, I had sort of come to terms with who I was, but at the same time, I couldn't really accept the fact that I was bi. I remember the night that I came out of the closet, and the moment that I told my mom, that she just lost it. She was screaming at me and saying, "So you're trying to tell me that you're a faggot?" She would let me know how she really felt and how she wishes that I would have just been born a girl instead. I was 18 the first time that I was asked to leave the home. I had nowhere else really to go, so I moved into a boarding house just down the street from the community center. I didn't really have any money for food or really anything necessity-wise at that time. The center definitely helped out with that and helped me, get food for me and everybody in my house, and got me clothing that I could actually use for a job interview, and even helped me out with finding a job. So, yes, just purchased my first home. It's downtown. Yeah. It's somewhere I never thought I would have been, especially as a teenager when I first found this place. I always thought at that point that I'd probably be in the grave by now. Really, for me, I feel, I can't see how to put it into one word, but just, I've gained the ability to actually accept myself and love myself. I'm Chris, I'm 24 years old, and I'm bisexual. Before coming to the community center, I was afraid, I was homeless, and I hated myself. But since coming to MGLCC, I'm safe, I'm stable, and I love myself.
Get off that subject.
MGLCC is a place that is safe for all of the LGBTQ community. It is a place where new words of hope and encouragement replace old words of despair and solitude. MGLCC offers many other groups and services, including Women's Book Club, LGBT Al-Anon, square dancing, and clergy defending rights for all advocacy.
We are Maristem's Women's Book Club.
Lights will guide you home.
You are not alone. Find your new word at Memphis Gay and Lesbian Community Center.
And I will try